My goodness, Barney, can you believe yesterday? E-Arena winning with a 39-point game on Rondo.
Honestly, unbelievable. Nongshim Red Force taking home 2 chicken dinners as well, but you know what? There's only one team on everyone's minds at this point because yesterday was, Jackie?
Hello?
We're the first people in, mate. What are you doing here?
Hello, I was here. It's fine.
What do you mean you were here? You've been here all night.
I was here.
Have you been here all night, mate? Have you been to bed?
Right, okay, but you want to see something that'll make it way more sense? The reason I've been here, Barney, V equal W. Put 2 of them together, that's 2. That's a W. Then I started thinking, well, the name goes further than that. It's like some sort of symbol, isn't it? Because that's what they do with shapes.
Jackie.
Hello?
Jackie. What's going on, mate? I don't understand.
This is going on. Vitality. TT. Bees. Bees make honey. Honey then translates into money at some point through some sort of transactional sale, usually with farmers, I'd imagine, but in this case, Battleground.
Jackie.
Winning.
Jackie, if you need a nap in the green room, mate, it's okay. It's day 2.
No, Barney. Yellow. Hello. That's 2 O's, by the way. Circle. They're always getting zone. Hello, zone.
Jackie. Group B, day 2 today. It's been a day. It's been all night.
I keep saying B. Why does no one understand? He's saying B. I'm saying B. Vitala B.
Okay, Jackie. Okay, now. Yeah. Let's go this way. Okay. Yesterday was an unbelievable day for a particular team, and it seems that that team is on everyone's mind.
J'ai fait changer toute la piste. Regarde ma page, je suis pas j'attire. Je coupe la line, laisse ta qui laisse frémir. Nouvelle état, new name, toujours fluide dans le move. Main en l'air quand je rentre dans le groove. Garde ce regard, je suis déjà posé. De part je tourne, glace dans mes yeux figés. Vite encore, puis je prends tout ce qui est à moi. Trop vite, trop fort.
Claris here for the STC Rewind, and we've got to talk about all of the games from yesterday, of course. Games 2 and 1 looked amazing. Horror, of course, getting themselves a win, but you have had E-Arena getting themselves a record-breaking game on day number 1. Shh. It's just Vitality. Erangel was totally dominated by Nongshim Red Force down in the military island, not only on the west side of the military island, but also on the east side as well. They looked fantastic, not only from compounds, but the splits that they were able to utilize all the way to the late game.
Vitality.
All right, well, 2 more games remaining, and it's going to be Miramar here to finish off the...
Someone say Vitality on Miramar? The bestest team, the most aggressive team, the greediest team have always split on Crater Field. I cannot believe it. But more than that, they won the next Miramar as well, Claris.
Yeah, they did.
Let's help you out here a little bit.
All right, it doesn't matter anyway. We've got the bubble teams as well. You've got Godlike, you've got S2G, Yangon Galacticos. They're really going to need to put up a big performance today to try and catch up to the top 5. That's it for the STC Rewind.
Vitality.
Vitality indeed, because this squad has been absolutely destroying yesterday. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PMWC at EWC 26. It's just the group stages, and we are already breaking records. Not only did we get a 29 elimination game out of E-Arena yesterday, we also got Vitality getting more points in 1 day than Forthrice was able to do in 2 days with 108 points. And with all the watch parties, shout out to the record-breaking men, Snacks Gaming, breaking records, keep it up, bye. But now it's time we get started, because today, at the end of the day, I got Neptura, Maxman, 7WG, glad to be here. But we're going to be sending 5 teams to the finals, and 3 teams are going to be going home, and the rest will go to survival.
It is so true. It all comes down to today. I mean, kind of, we already know one of the teams that's going in, so we got to just figure out which of the other 16 or 15 teams get to go through to those finals. And yeah, we will be saying goodbye to 3. Kind of feels like we kind of know who those are going to be as well, but because of the point sponge we've been seeing yesterday, maybe it's still all to play for.
Yeah, I mean, right now you're looking at Group A. The point threshold to get into the top 5 was 88 points. I think because of the vitality effect, it's going to be quite significantly lower. So we'll see. But anyways, a few tricks. That was terrible. But anyways, man, I'm very excited for today. But actually, looking at the top 5, there aren't that many slots available. Get out. There aren't that many slots available right now. So it's going to be a true race for the few slots that now remain here in this event.
It will be close for all these squads, honestly, if we're taking a look at it when we get a chance to look at the overall. But for everybody currently watching, don't forget to use that social media hashtag EWC and EWC26. You guys have been sharing a lot of awesome stuff. I can't wait to see if we can finally end up possibly sharing some here on the studio with you guys. And make sure you check out the EWC Play app and do your predictions, because our predictions have actually, somebody's predictions have been spot on, and it's none other than Lace. We'll get a chance to talk to her later on. But if we got to start talking about vitality. This squad has just been on an absolute tear, Neptura.
They have. It was so fun to watch. I know everybody at home had a great time watching it, as well as us on desk. I mean, 5 out of 6 games they were on the podium, on the top 3. Pretty insane. So really, really loving what we got from them. And we still got 6 more games of vitality to go.
Oh, 6 more games indeed. And this is important because that is one squad that is currently fighting for those club championship points. If we want to take a little bit of a deeper look, let's send it over to Glitter and the squad.
Yeah, thank you so much, Seven. I have Kalaris, Hot Jukes, and Glitter with me to bring you some absolutely awesome news from the club championships, especially from Tekken 8 and For Honors.
Honestly, things were absolutely insane. We're going to break down exactly what happened. And claim the win, which means that AGAL ended up with the 2nd place, did not defend the title. They were not happy about that. But then if we go over to the Tekken 8 side of things, AGAL found the success they were looking for. They were able to get the title in Tekken 8. This is massive for them. It was in a 5-0 fashion out of Zubair as well. So, I mean, this was a dominant performance, Lace.
And what does this mean point-wise? So championship club point-wise, specifically for AGAL.
Now, okay, 2nd place in Honor of Kings means 750 points. That was already accounted for when we were last looking at the CC leaderboard. However, the win out of Zubair gives them 1,000 additional points. That means they're now at 3,350. They have jumped above Falcons, which we've been waiting for somebody to do. Was it possible? We didn't know. And now they have done it, but maintaining it is going to be difficult.
And I mean, that isn't a tremendous jump, especially if we tie into like what happened with the Falcons last year and how they dominated all performances. But what does that mean for our club championship eligible teams today?
Well, we already have 2 of our 4 games this week done. However, Call of Duty is also going to be having their finals today, and Falcons are still in that discussion. So if they're able to get the win that they're looking for here, I mean, that would really change the leaderboard back in their favor, and they still have a lot of titles left to go.
Yes, and of course we have AGAL, who are Group A here for PUBG Mobile. Now, Jukes, they were in 7th place coming out of our group stages, which means that they go to the survival stage. Do you reckon they can bury their way out and head to the finals and earn some more club championship points?
100%. I mean, when it comes to the AGAL PUBG Mobile team, this team qualified by being the #1 PEL seed coming into this tournament. So they are used to being able to handle the pressure, right? But at the same time, it wasn't able to translate in their group stage. 7th place is still not a bad one, considering that we got 6 teams that can qualify through that survival stage. The problem, though, is that yesterday we've had some insane performances, so much so that there are some monster squads that could also be in that survival stage. So AGAL, I know they're doing their homework, they're watching these games closely. Hopefully come survival stage, they make it happen.
Of course, and one of those monstrous squads is, of course, Team Vitality. I know we've been harping on about Vitality. I thought I could scare him again.
No.
But of course, for our final day of group stages here for Group B, we want to be looking at the bubble. We've got our top 5 teams, but of course, we have our bottom 3 teams. And I want to do something a little special, Kalaris.
Okay.
I would like you to give me the best motivational speech you have, specifically for Hustlers.
for Hustler Crew.
Yes.
From Great Britain.
Those are your people.
Those are my people.
Those are your people.
All right. I need those guys to lock in, all right? Because we need them to be able to step up to the plate. I see in their eyes the same potential as a butterfly in a cocoon, even though a cocoon doesn't have eyes. I understand that Hustler Crew here has to be able to step up to the Hustler plate. I need you to sell fish and chips for £3.30 on the Blackpool Pier at 7 p.m. at night. I need you to be able to move on forward because today could be our Hustler Day. Yes.
Chills.
This is a new national holiday.
Absolute chills. And you know, are you all right? But look, thank you so much. Now, Jukes, we obviously have our bottom three. ETSH Esports is a part of that. I want you to stare down the barrel of the camera and I want you to give your best motivational speech to them.
All right, I got it. Let's do this. Listen, ETSH, you got 15 points. Some people see 15 points and they see disaster. You know what I see? That's 15 points, more than 0, baby, right? You gotta make it happen right here, right now. Speedo, I need more speed. Fajita, it's time to turn up the heat and get sizzling, baby. And you other 2 players, just get some damn eliminations. Please, all you gotta do is not get top 3 and you're gonna make it, all right? Wait, you're not listening? You know what? That's it, dude. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Okay. Sorry. I kind of reverted to how I learned growing up. I'm sorry, guys. You know what? Just make it happen. Please.
Now, if you guys aren't feeling motivational after that, 7, how are you feeling? Are you feeling motivated or you think you might get hit by a shoe by Hot Jukes?
Yo, those flashbacks. It used to be a chancla, though, but I'm so motivated that if I make this shot for those bottom 3 teams, it's gonna get a lot better. So let's see if I can actually make this shot real quick. You know what? We'll do it backwards. Watch this. Okay, for those bottom 3 teams, it's going to be a lot harder today. ETSH, I'm looking at you, 721GS, and as well at Hustler Crew. Those squads are going to be having a lot of trouble, but let's take a look at the overall. That way we can get an idea of where all the teams are currently sitting at, and you have an idea as well in case you ended up missing it. No surprise, Vitality at the top, but the big storyline here, Max, has to be between 5th place and 12th place, because the difference between all those spots is just 14 points, and Godlike is currently in that 5th spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really tight. Really, I mean, if you get a E-Arena-esque Rondo, right, you're going to be able to jump up so many extra ranks. I'm actually talking about the point gap between those teams here, 7, in the middle of the leaderboards. I'm looking especially at the point gap between E-Arena in 4th position and 5th position of Godlike. That's a 21-point difference, meaning if those teams in the top 4 Niptra today get a decent day, we're talking like 30 points, something like that. There aren't going to be many spots remaining for the grand final. So right now, Godlike, you got to be careful. You got a massive target on your back. They did fix the hot drops, which is good, and we'll talk about that later on. But Godlike, everyone is going to be chasing you down today.
Oh, they absolutely are, and that is why we need to have top-tier gameplay for them. We've seen it; they can do it. They can be super aggro. We saw them take out Hora. They took out A7, like all in one map, right? E-Arena as well. So they are able to fend against the top players here, but we just need to see that on a consistent level here, 7. I'm not sure about these other ones. I mean, Wolves had an okay day. Alpha 7, we saw some glimmers of hope from them, but coming on through. Who? A7?
Alpha 7. Oh, you said Alpha 7, the reigning champions of PMGC that I'm expecting a lot of, that they're currently just playing so disappointing. I'm expecting that team to actually bounce back. I got a chance to talk to Carrillo. They were saying they were making a lot of mistakes. If you guys want to check that out, make sure you check it out at the 7WG. What's your Instagram, Natura?
Natura Cast.
Max?
MaxManCast. Check it out.
A lot of awesome content for PUBG Mobile esports. Make sure you check that out. But yeah, for Alpha 7, a disappointing performance so far. They're not happy with it. They're looking to improve. But we got to talk about the Sony story of the day, which is just pure and we want to just paint a picture for this Sony story of the day, because Vitality, as I've been saying, they ended up getting more points than 4 Thrives, and you can see the stats right there. What's crazy though is I want you to look at 4 Thrives eliminations, Neptura, because 4 Thrives were such a heavy fragging team that they still ended up getting more elims than Vitality. That's in 2 days though.
In 2 days.
In 2 days. So yeah, 4 Thrives got 80 elims in 2 days. Vitality have 71 in 6 matches in 1 day, right? We're gonna add over to that being 108 points. So Fourth Thrive's got 107 points in 2 days, and Vitality have 108 in 1 day, sorry, in 1 day. That gap is astronomical. I don't think we've really seen anything like that before. It's pretty insane. I know Fourth Thrives were wanting to get some wins in their group stage, and they didn't, whereas Vitality were really able to capitalize on that with 2 wins, and that makes me a little bit more hopeful for them going into those finals, right? Because we do see very similar plays from them, but when it comes down to that smash rule, when it comes down to that pressure being put on them, it seems like Vitality still can win.
Max, and if we break it down a little bit more, it was the way that Vitality was just playing yesterday. A completely different playing style than everybody currently in this Group B lobby. The way that they were doing their splits, the way that they were just taking control of an area was so impressive.
I think mainly they learned from PMGO Season 1 and PMMI earlier this year. They're like, we were just too passive, not being involved in any of these fights in the discussion in some of these games. But man, they switched it up to 11-12 almost going into this one. And it's good to see not just Razy, Razak, and Federales doing good, which we would really expect on the global stage, those guys to put up massive numbers. Axel came out swinging. They're chickened in on Erangel up against Tora. Oh my goodness, Axel, the IGL, was looking like a fragger. He was a frag GL in that game. So I'm just super stoked about this team. And I just want to see this continue throughout the entirety of the event, because compared to Fourth Thrives, they can actually get wins. So if they do get in the smash zone, hey, who knows, Vitality might take home that trophy.
But with that kind of lead, we usually end up seeing teams do something a little bit different. I got a chance to talk to Federales yesterday. I also got a chance to talk to Axel, and they were saying that they might end up putting one of the substitute players just to get some experience in case you never know what's going to happen in finals. And I'm completely fine with that, because it's going to allow the sponge point to not be so heavy towards the top.
That's true, and you know, there's no better time to do it than now, right? Because NSR and Nongshim Memphis are in 2nd place with 60 points. There's a 48 gap lead there, and so you're looking at, yeah, this is probably the best case scenario to put a sub in. Even if it doesn't go all that well, it gives them practice without the pressure coming on through as well. So really happy to see maybe a substitute coming on in there. But for me, I'm thinking that honestly, Vitality, they are going to just want to chill out and let maybe some of the other teams like Nongshim Red Force step up a little bit.
Look, I like saying Vitality. It's a very satisfying word to say, but I love saying Hyunbin in particular, because right now, I mean,
say it again.
Hyunbin. Sorry, I'm very excited. I love saying, I have to scream that word every time I say it. But like, no, the entirety of Nongshim Red Force were looking so good, and in particular, we know their drop location is farm. They go for these quick rotates on the island finishes, and they get back-to-back wins on the military island finish. If it goes down south every time, it's just win, and win for the South Korean team. So I'm absolutely loving it. And in particular, it's not just XEY and also Hyunbin doing well. You saw so many great plays from So Easy in particular, Nitro. We were talking about So Easy really having some massive step-up plays. So they're just looking like the whole package right now. It's just hard to stand out when Vitality had such a good opening day, but Nongshim Red Force were playing out of their minds on day 1 of Group B.
Yeah, I do want to say that I was disappointed with Nongshim in the first 2 games. We saw 0 or 2 points come out of them in 2 games.
It's hard to stand on the first game on one, though.
13 and 16th place.
Yeah, exactly. However, I do think that they're doing just enough. They got back-to-back wins. They got a 2nd place to finish off the day. They're doing just enough to get to those finals to make sure that they qualify, and then we'll probably see a much different team in those finals this weekend.
Hopefully we'll end up seeing a different team, and hopefully that consistency that we saw towards the second half of the day for Nongshim Red Force will be there as well. One team that ended up surprising us a lot in the way that they were able to change again was an Indian team. For Group A, we saw it with OG. For Group B, we saw it with Godlike. I know Kalari's got a chance to talk with one of the players from Godlike, so let's send it over to them.
Hi, Kalaris here at PMWC for EWC 26. We're in day number 2 of Group B here, live from Paris, and I've got Admino here from Godlight to talk about some of the results from yesterday, as well as how things have been going overall. So thank you for joining me here, Admino. To start things off, looking at the results from yesterday, bit of a rougher start, but then you guys gained some traction towards the end of the day. Can you talk to me about the day as a whole and what you thought about it?
Actually, in the beginning, we tried to do some experiments, like we tried to take drop clashes and a little bit more kind of stuff that we already planned, but that didn't work in our favor, so we tried to stick on our basics and try to like go to a random drop and gather loot and everything and play a decent game, and that worked in our favor, and we performed well after the first 3 matches.
So, also, it's basically your first international tournament, right? As Godlike and being able to play here on the stage in Paris. How have you been enjoying the experience so far? And hey, what's Paris been like?
Paris kind of good, but we haven't gone out yet because we have a tournament and we have to practice that. We didn't get the device earlier, so we need to set our hands in the device. And after that, if we qualify from here, we will try to explore Paris a little bit because we will be having some off days for sure. And my team is fully pumped because it doesn't matter for us like who is playing against us and like that. We all have in our mind that we are best and we will perform good.
A big fight back for Godlike today?
For sure.
Thank you very much, Amina, for joining me here.
Thank you.
Important stuff there. Thank you, Kalaris and Amino from Godlike. But important stuff from that team, considering they are currently in 5th place. An insane performance for a first day at an international event. And something that we heard right there is they're not looking to do those hot drops anymore, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, I mean, that was great. There was 2 issues for the Indian teams, Orangutan being too passive and Godlike going for the hot drops. They changed it. They don't go for it anymore. This is a great change for all of India.
All right, well, Godlike, let's see how you're going to be doing. Once again, just to redeem myself, before we send it over to the stage, here we go. Ah, so close. But let's send it over to Barney and Luti.
Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue. Yesterday was the day of records. Today, we will find out who will get to the final and who will get eliminated.
That's right. Today, the reality is that dreams will end. And so that's the nature of this competition. But I can guarantee you that none of these teams will go down without a fight.
Yeah, Bunny, we've seen it before. Like, it's always the same. You can just... Standing can change in just a few good or bad games.
That's right, so whether you are at home or right here in the Port de Versailles, in the heart of Paris, it is time to see who will rise above the rest and continue their journey in the PMWC, starting with EWC Esports.
TT Project.
ETSH Esports.
World Esports.
Nongshim Red Force.
Tianba.
Dopeness.
Hustler Crew.
Alpha 7.
Arena.
Godlike Esports.
721 GS Esports.